Now we're going to calculate the approximate area under the curve for Riemann approximation of a sum with midpoint. Let's say of the curve y equals x squared for the interval x equals 1 to x equals 4. And we're going to divide this in 3 sub-intervals. If you think you can do it, stop the video now and next continue to see if we have the same result. Alright, so we have this graph. We want to approximate the area from x equals 1 to x equals 4. So the width of all these rectangles would be 4 minus 1 will be 3. Now we want 3 sub-intervals. We want 3 rectangles. So what's the width of each rectangle? That is our delta x is 4 minus 1 divided by 3 because we want 3 sub-intervals. So delta x is equal to 1. So the width of each rectangle is 1. Alright. Now remember that for the midpoint we don't take the left end point of the subinterval or the right end point of the subinterval as a left or right Riemann sum. We take the midpoint. So this will be the midpoint, and so this will be a rectangle like this. The other one will be, let's say this is the next midpoint, this, so will be this one, and the other one will be, this is the midpoint like this here, so something like this. So the width of each rectangle is 1 delta x, and the height is f of the midpoint. So this is 1, this is 2, 3, and 4. Now the midpoint is between 1 and 2. So the midpoint is 1.5, 2.5, and 3.5. So we will evaluate the area of the first rectangle will be height is 1.5 times delta x, that is 1, plus plus 2.5, that is the height of the next rectangle, times 1, plus the height of the next one is 3.5 times 1. So this is just delta x, that is 1, times f of, here is f of 1.5, f of 2.5, and f of 3.5. So delta x, that is 1, times f of 1.5, plus f of 2.5, plus f of 3.5. So this will be 1 times 1.5 square is 2.25, plus 2.5 square is 6.25, plus 3.5 square, I think is 12.25. We add this and we have 20.75 units. Could be units squared depending on what are we talking. If this is a graph of time and velocity, it would be linear, linear units. Anyway, units. The issue here was we are not taking x sub 1, here is f of x sub 1, we are not taking x sub 1 as 1 or 2, we are taking the midpoint, so we will do 1 plus half of delta x, so it's 1 plus 0.5, we have 1.5 as our x sub 1. The next one will be delta x, that is 1 unit to the right of the midpoint, so 1.5 plus 1 is 2.5, and the other 2.5 plus 1 is 3.5. So this is the Riemann sum for midpoint. Now in the next video we are going to talk how to express a right, left, or middle point Riemann sum with sigma notation.